Salvete omnes. This is chapter 30. This is exercise A. The instructions are to parse out. That means tell the person, the number, the tense, and the voice, and then give an English translation of the following Latin verb forms. The first is done for you. Number 1, prima, audis, audis, with an S as the personal ending, and the present stem is audi, from audio, audire, audivi, auditus. Audis is second person. It is singular. It is present tense. And it is active voice. So for the translation, second person singular means you or thou. Present tense means that the action is happening right now in the present time. And active voice means that you, the subject, second person singular, you are doing the action, instead of passive voice, where you are the subject and the action is happening to you. So this is active voice, you hear, you are hearing, you do hear, as opposed to the passive voice, you are heard, you are being heard, which would be audires. Number the next one, audiatur, audiatur, third person, singular. This is going to be future tense. You should be able to see the present stem, audi, then the future ending, etur. So future, and this will be passive voice. The future passive endings for the third IO, and fourth conjugations are eris, etur, emur, emini, entur, and here's the etur, audietur. So third person singular, future passive, he, she, it will be heard. Third person singular is he, she, it. Future, will, and it's not active voice but passive voice, so will be heard. Auditur, auditur. It's got the present stem audi plus the ending tur. So it's just the present tense. We have the third person singular, present, passive, auditor. Notice the difference between auditor and the future audietur. He, she, it will be heard. He, she, it is heard. Third person singular, he, she, it, present, passive, is heard, is being heard. Audiemus, first person and plural. Future, present stem is audi. You take the O off the first principal part, and then add amus. The future active endings are es, et, amus, etis, and. So audiemus. So first person plural, that means it's going to be we. Future, will, and the voice is active. So we will do the action. We will hear. We will listen to. And it takes an accusative direct object. It's a transitive verb. Secunda, secunda, these four verbs. Veniebat is third person, singular. It's imperfect. Present stem, veni, from venio, venire, veni, ventus, veni. Third principal part has a macron over the E, veni. This is the present stem, veni, from the first principal part, chop off the O. For third IO, and fourth, we add an E after the present stem, the letter E, then the ba, and then the t. So t, third person singular, ba, that means imperfect, and it's active. It's not bator, but it's bat. Third person singular, imperfect active of venio, venire, veni, ventus. He was coming. He, she, it was coming. He used to come. Convenerunt, convenerunt. So erunt, that's going to be third person, and it's going to be plural. This is the perfect tense. Convenio, convenire, conveni, conventus, macron over the E, like in venio. I did not put the macron here. Oh well. The accent will go on the erunt because it's perfect, and that E is always long, so the accent's there. Con, when, erunt, these two E's are long. So third person plural, perfect and active of convenio. It's convenio, so it's to come together, like a convention, a conventus, convention, a conventio. So they came together. They have come together. Because remember, the Latin perfect tense in the active voice can be translated two ways. I verbed and I have verbed. Perveniunt is third person, plural. It's present tense. There's the present stem perveni. Add the U and then the NT. And active voice. Pervenio, pervenire, perveni, perventus is to arrive. It's to pervenio. To go or come to the point per, where you arrive thoroughly, pervenio, through or thoroughly. It often takes an odd or in plus the accusative of motion towards to indicate where you arrive at. Venerant, macron over the first E. Venerant, third person, plural, pluperfect, active. They had come. They had come. Tertia, muniebamus, first person, plural, imperfect, active, of munio, munire, munivi, munitus. So present stem muni, add the e, and then the ba, and then the mus. We were fortifying, or we were building. Muniverunt, third, plural, perfect, active. Same verb, munia, munire, munivi, munitus. They fortified. They built. They have fortified. They have built. Munitum erat. So it's erat, third person, singular. It's going to be pluperfect and passive, because this is the fourth principal part of munio with a helping verb. The pluperfect passive uses the imperfect of sum as its helping verb. Eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erat. So erat, pluperfect passive, and munitum tells you the gender of the subject. So the thing that had been built, had been fortified. It, because it's neuter. If it were us, munitus, it would be masculine. Munita would be feminine. Munitum is neuter singular. So munitum erat, it had been fortified. The thing had been built. Muniam. Muniam is first person, singular. It's future and it's active voice. Present stem muni, add the s, et, mus etus ent. So muniam, I will fortify. I shall build. Quarta, impedient, third person, plural. It is future tense, present stem impedi, plus the ent, s, et, mus etus ent. The present tense would be impediunt with a unt at the end. This is ent, that's the future active. They will, and they will impedio, impede. Impedio, impedire, impedivi, impeditus, to impede, to hinder. Impeditus sum, that's first person singular. This is the present tense of sum as a helping verb on the fourth principal part of impedio. So we have the perfect passive. Perfect passive. I, and I am masculine here, I was hindered. I have been hindered. A woman speaking would say impedita sum, given it feminine. And a neuter thing speaking would say impeditum sum. What? Just go with it. Inveneram, from invenio, invenire, inveni, inventus, like an invention. Inventus, an inventio, an invention, something you just You stumble upon it. You just come upon it. Oh, look, there it is, invenio. Stumble upon it. Just found it. Invenaram. This is first person. It is singular. It is pluperfect. It is active because it has the perfect stem in when. The present stem would be inweni. First principal part minus the O. Inweni. We don't have that here. We have in when. So that's the third principal part. Chop off the I. In when. And then add eram. So pluperfect active. I had found. Pervenient. Pervenient is third, plural, it's future, and it's active voice. There's the present stem perveni, add the ent, like impedient. So they will arrive. And quinta, conveniebant. Third person, plural, imperfect, and it's active voice. So third, plural, imperfect active of convenio, convenire, conveni, conventus. They were coming together. Auditus erit, third person and singular. The future of sum as a helping verb on the fourth principal part of other verbs, that is the future perfect passive voice. The us on auditus tells us the gender and also helps us tell the number of the subject, so what will have been heard. So auditus erat, he, auditus, he will have been heard. He will have been heard. If it's a feminine subject, it would be audita erit. Neuter, it would be auditum erit. Munivimus. Munivimus. First, plural, perfect, active of munia, munire, munivi, munitus. We fortified. We have built. And venietis. Venietis is second person. It is plural. It is future. Present stem veni from the first principal part venio, chop off the O. The perfect stem would be third principal part veni, make run over the E, chop off the I, and you get when as the perfect stem. We don't have that here. We have veni, there's the I, etis. So it's future and active. Second plural future active of venio, y'all will come. Ye will come. Optime, very well done. You are now ready to move on to exercise B of chapter 30.